Boy says he wants to run away from home, and officers' hearts break when they see the boy's bedroom. Whenever you tune into the news, it appears that negative stories about the police are a frequent occurrence. It's as if they have become a part of our daily routine. Rarely do we come across positive accounts involving the police, which is why it's crucial to spread the word when such uplifting events occur. Here's an inspiring tale about a 13-year-old who confided in a police officer, revealing his desire to run away from home and inviting the officer to inspect his bedroom. It's a heartwarming narrative worth sharing repeatedly, with the hope that it becomes a viral sensation. Instances of positive police involvement like this one are few and far between. Cameron Simmons, a 13-year-old boy from South Carolina, was going through a tough time. One afternoon, he decided to call 911, and they dispatched a police officer from the Sumter Police Department, whose house was Officer Gaetano Acera, who responded to the call. When he pulled up, he saw Cameron sitting on the front porch. Cameron looked as though he had been crying, so the officer went to the porch to find out what was going on. When he sat down beside the boy, Cameron started crying and told the officer that he wanted to run away from home. The officer's first thought was that the boy was being abused. When he asked Cameron why he wanted to run away, Cameron said that he wanted to run away because he got yelled at for playing his brother's video games. The officer breathed a sigh of relief at that point. He was glad the boy's story wasn't something so horrible that would traumatize him for the rest of his life. Rather than laughing it off and leaving, though, the officer decided to show Cameron that he was taking him seriously. He and Cameron stood up and went inside the house. When the officer saw Cameron's room, his heart broke. When the officer looked in Cameron's room, all he saw was a few trash bags on the floor full of his belongings. There was no bed, no bureau, no desk and chair, no toys. The officer couldn't believe that this little boy didn't even have a bed. He asked Cameron what happened and why he didn't have anything in his room. Cameron told him that his family had recently moved from Texas to South Carolina so that his mother could care for a sick relative. Because the family had to move so quickly, they sold everything they owned in Texas, planning to buy new things here in South Carolina. Because they had to move so quickly, Cameron's mother had to leave her job in Texas, and she didn't have time to find one in South Carolina. She was still struggling to find a job after being in South Carolina for several weeks with no income. Cameron's mother had to spend the money that they had earned from selling their things in Texas just so she could keep a roof over her children's heads, keep the lights on, and keep food on the table. They were struggling financially, and as a result, the whole family was suffering. When the officer left the family's home, he decided to put together a surprise for Cameron and his brother. He knew that since his mother wasn't financially able to do something, it was up to him to do it. He talked to his brother and got him on board. The two men worked to load a truck with a bed for Cameron, a brand new desk and chair, a television, and a Wii game system. They didn't want to help only Cameron, so they loaded things in the truck for his brother as well. They brought a bedroom set for him and an air hockey table so the boys could play together. When Cameron saw the things that Officer Acera and his brother had brought for him, it brought him to tears. He couldn't believe that strangers would do something so nice. When Cameron's mother came home and saw what was going on, she burst into tears. She was grateful and finally felt good about being in South Carolina. The officer told Mr. Simmons that he wasn't doing this for recognition. He was just trying to do everything he could to help a family in need. Shouldn't we all be that way? The police in the USA, like in any country, play a vital role in safeguarding communities. While negative incidents occasionally make headlines, it's crucial not to judge all officers based on isolated events. Many law enforcement professionals are dedicated to serving and protecting with honor and compassion. They respond to emergencies, provide aid in crisis, and work tirelessly to build trust within their communities. Remember, they are the ones who rush in when others need help. Rather than generalizing, let's celebrate and support the officers who embody the true spirit of service, fostering unity, and strengthening the bonds that make our society safer and stronger. What do you think of this boy and the police officer? Let us know in the comment section. Thank you.